Alright guys, so let me explain really quick for those of you that do not know what's going on and why this differential is shaking. No, this is not leaking, it's from the exhaust coming right there, which is not a good thing. Worry about that later. But anyway, basically you take these two things off and there's bushings right in the subframe here that's holding the differential, and that's obviously non-existent in there. So it's just shaking around whenever it you accelerate. So we're gonna pop those off, replace the bushings, and that's it. And there's also another bushing, you can't see it, but it's on like the top, and I don't know how I'm gonna get to that, but everyone says this is a pain in the do, because you know, you see this is where the spare tire goes in the back in the trunk, and those are the bushings, and you don't have that much room to stick a tool in there, which is what I'm kind of worried about, because I don't want to drop the rear subframe. So I'll let you guys know. Let's see how this goes. Switching to the GoPro now. This one's like disintegrated. Sorry if the quality is shit. It's kind of dark down here, but I'll show you when we go back in the sun. But the problem is taking it out. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Alright guys, we got a problem. The entire subframe has to come down. It's just impossible to get to the bushings in there. And I was trying to take the half shafts out, and they're just, some dumbass put the wrong Loctite on, you know, the deadly red one, and I almost stripped that bolt right there. So let's just do it right, take the rear subframe out. At least we get to check everything else down here, and yeah, don't want to cut any corners. So for those of you who have never dropped a rear subframe before, it may look daunting and scary, like, oh my god, I gotta remember where all this stuff goes, all these bolts have to be undone, but it's really not. So most of it actually drops down all together. So the only thing pretty much you need to remove is the shocks just from the bottom, because this bolts to the body. There's only 4 bolts, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then all of it, including the differential, just drops down. And yes, you gotta disconnect that too. Just move the fuel pump, which now that I'm looking at it, look at these lines. These lines gotta be replaced. They're about to bust anytime now. But anyway, it's really not that hard, guys. So not sure where the last clip ended. Honestly, I was just getting really frustrated and stopped filming the whole thing. But the whole subframe is out. I did change the differential bearing, or sorry, differential bushings. That was such a freaking bitch. And I couldn't find anything on the internet that really helped me. I just kind of figured it out on my own. So I'm gonna show you guys like some tips I learned from this, so you don't, if you ever do it, you don't have to go through it. Okay, so here is the subframe. You have 3 mounting points to support the differential. 2 of them are to get to, and the other one is right here. It's kind of more just like a spacer and a washer type of bushing. It's not like pressed in there like this one. So that one's easy, and this is where it's gonna get kind of complicated. So first things first, you're gonna get one of these, a Harbor Freight. You're gonna open it. It's all the tools you're gonna need to remove this thing, or at least that's what I thought. So you have your different, you know, sizes to get your bushings out, but there is one problem. This is the old bushing, by the way. As you can see, it doesn't fit. So what you're gonna want to do is go to go to Lowe's or Home Depot. Get this exact screw right here. As you can see, it's much smaller than the one you get with the kit. You're still gonna use these things, and I'll show you in a second, but obviously you have to kind of modify it so it actually fits through here.
That's what she said.
And let me show you guys really quick how this tool works, so you're not kind of guessing. So pretty simple. You have your sleeves here, so you grab your sleeve, grab the end to the sleeve, which is this right here. You're gonna put that like that. Then you're gonna get your long bolt, not the original one that comes with the kit, this smaller one from Home Depot or Lowe's. Put on a spacer, put that through the tool. Then this all together is gonna go on this side like this. Obviously this cap is moved. It just goes like that. Okay, so you got that. Then once this is against the subframe over there, you're gonna get your other end, which I'll use this one, and this one is gonna go right in there like that, and then you get your nut, screw this in, get your impact gun, and then it will suck this inside the cylinder and remove it. But of course, it never goes according to plan, right? So you think you got everything, and then this happens. So this and the bushing are supposed to be, I mean, they come together like pressed in here, right? And then what you're gonna realize is this is so shitty that the tool will completely remove the rubber from the housing of the bushing, and then you're gonna leave with this piece still inside the subframe, and this will come out. So then what you gotta do is you go back to the bigger bolt, because now obviously can fit, right? And then you get a bigger washer over here that perfectly covers the whole entire surface, and then this can get sucked out with this. Does that make sense? So instead of this going in there, you have the bigger one, because now it can pass through and then it will work. And sorry again guys, I did not film any of that. That took me about 3 weekends to figure out. I mean, you guys know how it is, just going back and forth between, you know, different hardware stores to make your own contraption. But hopefully that makes sense. But what I didn't do, which I will film and show you guys, is the other bushings, which is a little bit more straightforward because it has no metal sleeve like you just saw right there. So let's go ahead and get into that one. Okay, so now what we're gonna move on to is the actual subframe bushing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you guys can see here, you can literally see right through it. You see that? See, it's not supposed to do that, you know what I mean? So just be careful on these ones, because these bushings are not like this one where you can pop it off from either end. This is like a one way in, one way out type of thing. So this one, toward the front of the differential, you're gonna pop it off from the top, and then those two in the back, you're gonna pop it off from the bottom. So let's get this contraption together and then show you guys how to do it. Okay, so just like before, which actually these ones are kind of easier because it's a one way in, one way out type of scenario, so you don't have to back the other side like you do on a subframe. I'll show you guys in a second, but just grab your sleeve like that, put this on top, the cap, grab your bolt and washers, stick that in like that, and then we're gonna see at the bottom, you're gonna get your other washer and nut, stick it in there, get a wrench, and just tighten it and suck it out.
What?
Suck it out. I couldn't have thought of a better way to say that. So just like this, guys, you just put a washer and nut here, and because the sleeve is supporting it right there, it should work. So let's give it a try. Oh, shit. Okay. So this right here, guys, is the unfortunate scenario you're gonna deal with bad bushings. It's literally just gonna come apart as you're trying to pull it out, and you're gonna be stuck with half of it on your tool and the other half still inside there. So yeah, here's what I'm dealing with. Here's some of it here, and the rest still in there. And that has kind of been the story with taking apart everything on this thing. Something just like that happening almost every single time. This is definitely one of those moments where you really just want to say and throw in the towel. Dude, what do you do about that? What do you do about that? Oh. Bam. Yes. Alright guys, note to self. If you get stuck, just burn the rubber. 1 down, 3 to go. Alright guys, we did it. Last bushing is finally out. all 4 are pressed in. I had to buy another bushing kit, removal / installation bushing kit on Amazon because the other one from Harbor Freight was not that good. So recommend that one. But yeah, they're finally all pressed in. All 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and then this one, 7. Dude, it literally took me about a month to figure this stuff out, from ordering the right parts, the wrong parts. You know, there's very little information on the internet about this, or at least helpful information. So hopefully this video can help you guys if you guys are doing anything like this. But yeah, let's wash this, get it cleaned up, and get it back in the car. Here is the plan. We have it on the jack right here so it can move pretty freely, but the exhaust is kind of an issue. Because this is modified, it's basically just a straight pipe. It's welded, so I can't move it any other way, because then I'll have to remove the whole thing from the manifold in the front, and I do not want to do that. You will not have this problem if you are running the stock setup, but because this is modified, I have to deal with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower it until the exhaust is below the subframe right here, and then we're gonna slide it forward like that, and that's the plan. Let's see how it goes. Okay, now the problem is we're hitting the subframe on the exhaust, and we're also hitting the subframe on the spare tire area right there. So ideally I need to tilt the whole subframe this way and go up like that, but not sure how I'm gonna do that with one person. Okay, I got it. I managed to kick it with my foot just enough right under there where I think I can clear it now. So we're gonna go up. What is that? Yeah, I need to go up. No, I need to turn it. Ah, no, fuck. All right, I got it. We're all good now. Subframe cleared from the tires, spare tire area, and exhaust is under the subframe. So now we can go up. Now the whole thing needs to move slightly over forward more. And the good thing about the Mercedes is, you see in the subframe area, it has like, it's kind of protrudes out, so it slides in easily into the hole. So, yeah, that helps a lot. All right, so before we put the subframe in, I want to show you guys what suspension we're going with. And dude, it's hot as motherfucker out here in California. It's like, I think 92 or something right now, as you can see, but the show must go on. So anyway, here's the suspension. We will be going with the yellow speed suspension. We had this on the 370. Rip to that car. But anyway, pretty simple setup. As you guys know, for most rear suspensions, the spring and the shock is separate. So nice setup here. Spring, and then we got the shock here. External reservoir for the dampening, and it looks like a really good setup. And here is some more evidence that this car was part of something weird before me owning it. Now what the hell does that mean? And back to the main point here, good thing we are removing this, because as you can see, that seal is, or that bushing seal, whatever it is absolutely toast. Quick change of scenery here. We are in our new place, our new warehouse. Another reason why the videos have kind of stopped all of a sudden, but we're here, plenty of space to work on cars now. The subframe is in, ready to go, so we're gonna go test that. But let me show you around really quick. So we are sitting on an 80,000 square foot piece of land. This is just all open parking. So as you can see, there's plenty of stuff here to do all sorts of car stuff. We got the trailer that we carry the buses in. Then over here is an interesting one. This is what we call the graveyard. All the burnt cars that you guys saw in the warehouse fire here. 2 parts cars in the back. And well, we're in a lawsuit right now to get this figured out, so I can't tell you too much about that, but it's sad. I mean, just look at that poor little car. We'll get more into this new place in a different video, but for now, let's continue with this car, and then hopefully there's no more clunking in the differential area back there. So, cold start. Alright guys, so while this car warms up, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek on the interior here. So steering wheel, all Alcantara, little touch right there. I guess that tells you what color the exterior is gonna be. And then on the interior, we went with the Shadow Black Cascade flannel fabric. So kind of more mellow compared to the bus where we went with the Cascade Yellow. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool once it's all together, but let's see if I fix this thing now. Okay, so first initial thoughts while we're pulling out of the parking lot here is this car is way too loud. It's literally just cat back right now. I thought because it's a V8 and it's like has that low pitch, it wouldn't be too unbearable, but it's freaking loud. So definitely gonna need a muffler, and I want to try to do like a side exit exhaust. Oh man, that's gonna be so sick. Hopefully there's enough room in the side skirts. But okay, on initial launch, like when you release the clutch, you heard the thunking sound, but thank God it's completely gone now. Just going from 0 to like initial launch, which is good. Before we continue, can we just take a moment and appreciate this in this car? For those of you that do not know, Mercedes in the 90s in all of their sedans, AMG, base model, whatever, did not include or have the option to include a manual gearbox in their cars. So the fact that we were able to make it work with an actual OEM Mercedes gearbox that was available in the European spec cars is really cool. So still keeping it at the end of the day OEM Mercedes, if that makes sense. It's kind of difficult to film in this angle, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So let's go here. Okay, hey, it feels really good. No clunking whatsoever. Ooh. Ooh, little pops, okay. Sounds good. Dude, all is good. Yay, yes! Okay, let's see if we can do a little launch here for you guys. Not too bad. The traction control I actually flicked on when I did that, so hey, I guess that means it can break traction on its own. Okay, I just found out though we do have a problem. Somehow, I got locked out of 5th and 6th gear. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5, I can feel it try to go in, but it feels like it's stuck. 5 and 6, that's 4th. Nope, no 5 and 6. I don't think that's a huge problem because I know the links down there are adjustable, but I'm not the one who installed this, so I'm gonna hit up Dr. Concepts, who are the ones who put this gearbox together, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I hope it's not. Okay, so of course you fix one thing and well something else goes wrong, which in this case is a lockout of 5th and 6th gear. But dude, I'm so happy that's fixed. That was such a pain in the ass to deal with. So that's about it for this one, guys. In the next video, we're gonna be wrapping up the engine bay, and then the body kit is gonna be here very soon. So that will be the next video after that one. And the videos are actually already lined up, so I promise it'll get to you every single week. And dude, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost in the final run, guys. So until next time, if you wanna see more sneak peeks, look at the community tab, TikTok or Instagram. And yeah, see you guys next week.